love you guys.
Dance off, bro. I have the high ground.
Expecto Patronum!
39 days, 20 people, 1 survivor.
On the Tribe of Nerds. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Kevin, Sara, and I are here for some holiday cheer with the first 2 Home Alone movies with Macaulay Culkin, and we're excited to just kind of break these movies down. I think all of us, like, at least, I mean, at different stages in our lives, like, kind of grew up with this movie, or like, yeah.
I like that Jake is trying to dance around that I am the old one here and I watched the theater. And I appreciate you being gentle, Jake. This movie came out before I was in kindergarten. So I do remember that I did see it in the theater. Like, I know that. I don't remember much about seeing it in the theater. I do remember watching the second one in the theater. And like, I had to go see that one in the theater because I saw the first one in the theater. But yes, this movie did come out when I was alive, which I don't think either of you can say. No. And it was a large part of my childhood, and I still rewatch it most years at Christmas time.
Yeah, it's
because he was there when snow was invented.
True.
It was me and the Pteranodons, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these are holiday classics. My family and I have watched these every single year. And these are the only first two. These first 2 are the only 2 that matter in the series. So
yeah, we only talk about the first 2.
Yeah.
There are no other ones.
No.
Nope.
Sara, your thoughts on these 2 movies before I get into the stats?
I mean, they're good movies. I mean, they hold up well after so many years. I mean, just iconic casting, Tim Curry. I love him. I feel like there's something about every one of his characters that is just captivating and timeless, and like it does something to you, and I remember it. I love the theming in these movies. Like, they really went all out with the colors and the decorations, and just to, even the toy store, because they want to also give it to us from a perspective of a kid. Everything was so big, and as a kid, that's how it seems. And so I really appreciate films that can give it to you from a different perspective. And great.
Both of these movies.
Kevin's stupid though.
Both these movies throw Christmas. It's like all of this is going in my yard. It's like that. Like, it is overkill, even like to the point of like the kitchen, which is not specifically like a Christmas room. Like, that is their kitchen all year round, but that kitchen is all red, white, and green. Like,
it's very 90s. It's even that color like palette. Like, it's just even it's very, very 90s.
They went all out on the Christmas, and I love it.
Yeah. It's very
I didn't
good.
see any penguins in there, which made me happy.
There's one. You can see one right here. That one's like 10 feet tall. It's enormous.
Oh my gosh, is that an inflatable one? Because I'm fucking pissed I have the same one. I'm so irritated right now. I'm so mad. I'm gonna pop mine, actually.
All right, well, these are the stats. So the first Home Alone, we'll start by talking about the first Home Alone, then we'll move on to the second one. But the first Home Alone, the critics gave it a 66%, which is very low, surprisingly. Not as low as when we get to 2, but we'll get there. The audience gave Home Alone 1 an 80%, so the audience at least very much enjoyed this movie.
Yes.
And it got a $476.7 million in the box office.
That's a crazy amount of money at that time.
In 1990, wow. Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, so to kind of break it down, I mean, do we want to start by talking about our protagonist, our Kevin McCallister, or maybe he's the antagonist? Because
listen, one of my favorite memes on the internet is, it's like, listen, Kevin McCallister was a child who was home alone. He could have called the cops at any time, but he didn't, because he wanted those men to die. He hunted those men. And I'm like, Fair.
Yeah, well, I was telling Kevin before Sarah got in and before we recorded, Sarah's gonna love this reference, but Kevin McCallister, I've seen like the memes that he is Jigsaw as a kid. And
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you what. If you would have watched, what was that movie called, The Good Son, and then watched Home Alone, Home Alone could have been a whole totally new movie.
Well, yeah,
The Good Son is like,
it's creepy.
that's another Macaulay Culkin movie, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Lord of the
Wood.
Rings, Elijah Wood.
Yes.
It's got him in it too.
I think I might have seen it, but it's been a very long time since my parents showed me that one. But
I'm
Uncle
surprised that your
Buck.
parents showed you that.
It's a hard
yeah.
one to sit through, I'll tell you that. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Well, Uncle Buck is the one that I remember. I think that might have been his first film.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, with John Candy. Yeah, who also makes an appearance in this movie, in the first Home Alone, as the traveling band. Which is like amazing to like go back and see like all these celebrity cameos, even in these two Home Alone movies. Like they went all out.
They
with
were
that.
big in the 90s, and just to see 20, 30 years later that those names are still household names, and it's, I mean, great casting in the movie.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Kevin McCallister, like, even just like this premise, I mean, this is something where they're going to copy it in a lot of movies moving forward, especially in the late 90s and early 2000s. Three Ninjas is another one that they literally do Home Alone for like an entire sequence in the movie where they do this to like three stoner dudes that are like working for the bad guy. It's Three Ninjas is interesting. Let's see. And then The Blank Check is another one where they literally do that, where a kid like accidentally gets like $1 million check and then just like
I mean, he didn't accidentally get it. I mean, they gave it to him, right?
Yeah, they gave it to him. But yeah, so that's
they gave him the blank check, Jake.
Yeah, well, so that's the like couple movies. I'm sure there's a lot more that literally ripped off Home Alone, but it means
I
a
watched
lot.
all of these. I loved all of them. And
Yeah.
like the genius of this like concept too, that like it's so silly that like the parents can laugh at it, and of course there's like adult humor in it, but like what kid is not like watching, like what young kid is not watching this like, oh my god, I could totally do that. Oh my god, I could totally do that. Like, no, you fucking can't. But like as a kid, you're like, oh my god, I could do that. Like, it's brilliant. It's genius.
Yeah. Well, some other great castings. Obviously, Catherine O'Hara is great in this. I mean, this and Beetlejuice are like the iconic
She
movies
just
for
doesn't
Catherine O'Hara.
age. She's
Yeah.
beautiful.
She's
Love
great.
her.
I like, she's still alive. The dad is not alive. She's still alive. Like, make a sequel, make Home Alone 3 with Macaulay Culkin and Catherine O'Hara. Do it now.
Honestly,
so
I would
funny.
be, I hate agreeing with you, but I'm here for that.
Yeah, well, they did the commercial like a few years ago, like during COVID,
Love
of
that.
Macaulay Culkin grown up doing Home Alone stuff and him being 40 and like, you know, jumping on the bed and be like, oh, my back.
Relatable.
So yeah, it's just I would totally be down for that because it would honestly still have the charm, but in a totally different way. So
Yeah. And like the idea I've seen too is that like he now has like a like home security business.
yeah, I've seen that too.
Like, that'd be great. I'd watch that. I'd watch the shit out of that. I'd add that to my my movies that I watch. Like last year, I put this on, and my parents were so impressed that like with the concept of streaming, and I was like, "There's more. We can watch other ones."
Right.
So
I
would
love
completely
the
add.
idea of your parents and their landline phone so much.
They're such
Love them.
boomers. They're such adorable boomers, and like, just legitimately, like, yeah, there's more of these. Like, what do you want to watch? Do you want to watch a comedy? You watch a serious? Like, I pulled up National Lampoon's. Like, National Lampoon's is on here, and I'm like, yes. So like, I would absolutely add Home Alone 3 with grown up Kevin. Yes, I would watch. I would watch that every year. When they're old and senile and I'm like having to change their diapers, I'll still be like, play.
Yeah, so yeah, as you mentioned, unfortunately the father is Mr. McCallister is unfortunately no longer with us. We do also have Joe Pesci as Harry, and then Marv. I mean, we have to talk about the Sticky Bandits, and like they're just
the wet bandits and the sticky bandits.
Yeah. They're just so good in both of these movies. Like, I don't get tired of them. And we need to keep a counter of how many times Harry and Marv should have died, especially Marv.
All of them. All of them, probably.
Listen,
I don't know any 30-year-old that could have dealt with some of those falls and gotten back up. Like Kevin said, like, you jump on a bed at 40 and you're fucked up for a week, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I think about the first movie, right? The first movie, he gets an iron to the face. An iron to the face is going to hurt, but is recoverable. The second movie, he gets like bricks to the forehead, like not a flat, like
from the top of a building.
Right. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But the first movie, arguable. Maybe they live, maybe they don't. Right? Like when they're on the rope and he cuts the rope and they fall, like, okay, that's gonna hurt, but they'll live. The second movie?
Yeah, they're very much dead.
No, dead.
They're dead.
Like, beep, beep, you are dead.
Yeah.
No way.
And in the second movie, Marv turns into a skeleton for a second. Like,
yeah. They literally just went all out. They're like, yeah, listen, we don't want to leave any mystery that these guys are like.
Yeah, wasn't there one with like graves. A hot iron or something like that?
It was well. I don't think it was the hot iron. It was the wires, and I'm trying to remember.
He had like a big.
So in the first movie, he gets the hot
iron. Yeah, the iron. The iron gives him the mark in the first.
I just remember seeing the indentation. Yeah, and I'm just like,
So listen, that would hurt, and he would be in rough shape. Survivable. He would have scars. That like by the second movie, he has no scar. Impossible. But like, he died so many times. He died so many times in that second movie.
Yeah. Well, so
the metal pipe to the face.
Yeah. Well, like
I you know what? Now I'm seeing the Macaulay Culkin as Jigsaw thing. The more we keep dissecting these traps, I was like, I see it.
Well, the only scar that I remember that comes back is that Harry gets like the brand from the hot doorknob, like that shows up. Like that's the only scar I think that appears when in the second one.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I mean I think in the first one as well, Harry should have died when or is it the second one where he sticks his head in the toilet full of gas and then just his head just blows up.
Again, dead. Can we like also sidetrack here? Like, I wish I had the ability to stay on topic. I love the depiction of New York City as like the shitty version of New York City from the early 90s, number one. But number two, there's literally an explosion next door and New Yorkers do not care. Like, nope, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, so accurate. I love it.
Yeah. We'll get more into the second one in a bit. I do want to get us back on track at the moment, but I do agree. So the first one also, like, both these movies have like heartwarming moments where like Macaulay Culkin is scared of one of the locals and then or a neighbor or whatever. Like in this one, it's the old man and he's scared of him, but then he finds out that they're actually just really nice people. And so like this one like is definitely heartwarming because like the old man, he's very distant from his son. Like they no longer talk, and so like. And obviously like the old man then like saves Kevin from getting murdered by Harry and Marv. So
the first one is definitely the better movie. The second one, they're definitely like just trying to repeat some things. You can tell the second movie they were like the studio was like, do that again. We made a ton of money, do it again. But that first one is so good. Like because it's so accurate too as like a kid to have this like irrational fear of your weird neighbor who you don't talk to, right? Like
the scary old man next door.
Especially because your older sibling has told you that like he kills people and buries them in his basement, right? You're like, oh god, he's terrifying, right? So like, the whole thing works so well and makes so much sense, that first movie. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
When we hang out next week, we should do surveys on Kevin's neighbors to see how many of them think that about him. Like, oh, that fucking weird guy's putting shit up in his yard again. Like, gotta stay
No,
inside.
but like, shout out to Kristen, who definitely does have a neighbor that kills people.
Well, now I want to know how many.
Yeah, we're gonna have to know that.
I tease her because he mows his lawn at night, and I'm like,
oh yeah, that one. I remember her talking about that.
Shout out to Kristen.
Shout out to Kristen's neighbor too.
Don't know where I live.
No,
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
But no, like that first one works so well with the neighbor who you're scared of, and then like the reason, like the second one, some people try real hard to get him left behind, but the first one is so like they send the oldest kid to go count, and she counts the neighbor by accident, and the neighbor leaves, and like they didn't realize they didn't have his ticket because they accidentally threw a ticket away the night before. So like everything like happens, just like falls into place to exactly make it happen. And again, with like movie magic and like movie logic, but like completely just falls into place. And the second one is a little more forced. I just really wanted to be Kevin McCallister when I was a kid, is what it amounts to. Yeah. I really just wanted to be him.
You would never, even in a million years, be that young again. But I, however, see myself many a times being like, Kevin!
I know, it's just, that's what I said. I'm like, that's Sarah's reaction to Kevin. Like, every time is Catherine O'Hara.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And like being trapped in Paris, so like they can't go back, because in the second one they're in Florida, like you just get in the car, bro. Just rent a car. But like, the second one, like the only way, it's Christmas time, the only way to get back is like fly to this other city and like rent a car with some other people, and like the mom tries so hard because she just wants to get back because she feels so bad about leaving him, and like all that is just like, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how much his family sucks, though?
Yeah, we need to talk about the family. So we have his older brother, Buzz, that sucks. And then Kevin gets blamed for everything.
Buzz just has one of those faces where I just want to beat the shit out of him. Like, as a kid, I was like, this kid sucks. Like, I would put so many earwigs in his room. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, he absolutely sucks.
Buzz sucks. Buzz has a tarantula for a pet. Like, you know Buzz sucks.
Well,
then they let the one kid who drinks soda, like
Fuller.
Fuller's
gonna wet the bed.
They just let him drink everything. Yeah, Fuller. I hate that kid too. I would punch him too.
Yeah.
And then all the sisters, bratty little things. I hate them all. So I'm on the side of Kevin in this. He should have rightfully have stayed home.
Yeah, and then you have Uncle Frank that is threatening to like slap him silly because he's a little pervert.
But what a cheapskate. Uncle, he can fuck off because he's there yelling at everybody else while he's going on free vacations on like his brother's dime. And it's
not even his brother-in-law.
Yeah, brother-in-law.
So it's like, get out of here.
Yep. We have to talk about anything else we want to say on the family, because we definitely have some iconic scenes that we definitely need to talk about.
As someone who was from a very big family, this family, while on screen, takes up a lot of space, and is like, I don't even think all the characters have names.
No,
I was like, that's nothing.
No, I totally get it. It was like honestly, it was only I only ever grew up with my dad and my sister, so like, you know what I mean? And then when I met my wife, and she's got 17 cousins and 7 aunts and 40 other cousins.
One aunt, one uncle.
It's taken me 10 years to learn everybody's name.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty insane. Like, this is still a lot of like characters, a lot of people to keep track of.
It's
and
just
then
the eyes in the room. Like they do a really good job at certain moments when they're meant to like isolate Kevin out, you know, when they want Buzz and
right.
him to apologize to each other and all that, and they do a pan of the room where it just shows everybody just staring at Kevin, and like as a kid, like that's what it feels like. Like it's just everybody staring at you and like, oh, I messed up, so now I gotta go sleep on the third floor. This sucks.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
say Kevin should not have been in trouble. Should not have been in trouble in the second movie at all, because very clearly they could all see Buzz messing with him, and the entire auditorium laughed at him during his solo.
Yeah.
And then they got mad at him because he pushed his brother. Like,
Yeah.
clearly,
And
that's the older brother's fault. I was very much on Kevin's side.
it's a kids concert, so like,
right.
you know.
I was very strongly on Kevin's side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody that was Team Buzz. So. Yeah, I mean, only other thing I'll say, at least Buzz's tarantula leads to the best like scream that's ever been in cinema with Marv. Like that scream, like it's
So perfect.
Yeah. I think it's
I don't
Daniel
even
Stern.
think I could ever. I don't even think I, as a female, could reach an octave like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible.
His octave is amazing, but yeah, I believe Daniel Stern's the name of the actor that plays Marv.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, fantastic work by him to just pull that off. All right, other iconic scenes. I mean, we got to talk about the Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal, the pizza delivery, the poor pizza delivery guy.
So I did look it up, and that is not a real movie. That is a fake movie that they made up, and then in the second movie they made up the sequel to it.
Oh my god, that's insane! Because I
Very
actually thought
interesting, and it's so good that I'm like, I want to watch it though. Like, could you make a full one?
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. I actually thought it was like a real movie.
I looked it up. It was made up. It's like Angels or something is the name, like the fake name of it. But yeah, I used to like. I remember being a kid and quoting often like, "I'm gonna pump your guts full of lead."
Yes. It's just so iconic. How they came up with this then is just unreal. It is like this is one of the most quotable things in cinema. Like
yeah.
So, and then yeah, just give you 10 seconds for your no good line keister to get out of here before I pump you full of lead. And then just like the pizza delivery guy, the actor, just like how he runs and like tripping over the trash cans and oh my god.
I also love the ongoing gag at the house of knocking over the little statue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really good. And then I'm trying to think of the other scene I was gonna mention. Oh geez. I can't quite remember. What else I was gonna mention, but I mean, anything else you guys have for the first one?
I think Uncle Frank's a dick.
Well, yeah, I mean, the other one I was going to mention is where he's doing the making the people dance in the windows. And yes, that's the other one I was going to say.
And again, that one is so much. The second one is still fun. It's so good. Like he puts. I mean, granted, it's all in a movie. It's not real. But he put like the cardboard cutouts of people on the train to make move around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Brilliant.
So good.
It's so good.
Yeah. And like,
that's the ingenuity that like some of those things, like a child could come up with things like that, you know? But yeah, I believe it. Yeah. I love in the next one with the inflatable in the shower. Like,
yes.
I believe.
Yeah, and then playing Uncle Frank. Yeah.
Yes. If a 6-year-old did it, it would not work. However, it's so much fun. I don't care.
Yeah.
I totally could see some of your kids doing some of that stuff.
Listen,
kids are very smart.
If you've ever watched like a 7-year-old put together a STEM project, you know they are not getting the Michael Jordan like cardboard cutout to stand on the train while the train goes around in a circle. It doesn't matter. I love the movie.
Yeah.
And I want the Lego version of the house because it has that, like, when you open up the front of the house, it has that, like, in it. It has like the little cardboard.
Really? Oh, yes. Wow, neat.
Yeah.
I haven't justified buying it yet, but like yet.
Yeah. Oh, and then Kevin praying over mac and cheese is obviously also iconic.
I also love Kraft macaroni and cheese. So
yes.
Listen, I thought I was Kevin McCallister for so long.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally relatable. All right, well, let's hit the second
Kevin's
one.
obviously the pigeon lady.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Pigeon Lady, or yeah,
who does not have a name. She's not credited as a name. She is credited as Pigeon Lady.
Really?
Yeah, well,
yes.
I did not know that.
I don't. She never got a name.
That's kind of messed up.
I know that people think that she looked like what was it, Piers Morgan, right? I think there was some like meme that.
That's right.
It's like, well, now I can't unsee it, Jake.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. The guy, one of the hosts from American Idol, right? Or
he's one of. Was it American Idol?
I think it's X Factor, but
X Factor.
Also, he also has like a CNN show, like a news channel show, and that's why like people make fun of him because they don't like what he says on there.
Well, so that's why I was like,
that's where the joke came from. Was like,
then they're like, he just looks like the Pigeon Lady. Yeah. It's so good. All right. Home Alone 2. So this is the one that shocked me. Critics gave this a 35%, which is like, what are you doing, critics? Like, why do you guys hate fun so much? And then audience gave it a 62%, which is also kind of shocking because I didn't expect the audience to not like this one as much either.
Right. The audience is a little lower than I expect. I understand critics, right? Because this is a clear cash grab. This is a clear, like, greenlight a sequel right away. Like, get this kid back. I don't care what the story is. Do it all over again. Like, it's very clearly that, but like, it's still so much fun that I don't care.
Right. You say, but like, even if we're gonna bring up the film that's not to be named, I feel like, yes, this one is do it all again because it worked in a way, but if you are to bring up that film, that's the one that was just thrown together for money. You know, like, that was just such a laughable stock of this franchise. Like, you know, I feel like, but the second one, when you compare the second to the third, it works so much better than if you go 1 to 2.
Oh yeah,
you know, I like the second one.
I do
like
too.
It a lot. I love the toy store. I love the whole like how the premise, like the hotel thing. It's every kid's dream just to be able to like take a credit card and go do stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
that is how credit cards worked in the day. But by the way, just so you kids know, you used to put it on the thing and put the carbon paper over top of it and use it like, and it would like scrape the numbers onto the carbon paper so that they had a copy of your credit card number.
Oh my God.
I feel that's
why your credit card is raised. That's why the numbers are raised.
You know what? Sense. And I am not that much younger than you, and I did not know that, and I feel like there's a way they could have figured out a way better way for that. That seems just dumb. Was that from your people, like carving the shit on rocks? They just couldn't let it go, or what?
It's like chiseling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Paleolithic men, we really, really enjoyed carving things into stone. But like Tim Curry
is so good.
All of these people at the hotel, all the people at this hotel who realize that they've been scammed by a child, and again, this is so New York, to like be pissed at the kid and run him out of the hotel rather than like find out where this kid's parents are. Like,
oh my God. Tim Curry is hilarious too. Even like the scene where like Tim Curry is like trying to get Kevin like in trouble or like find him out, and he has this Grinch smile, like they play the Grinch over him smiling, like realizing that he's got Kevin.
It's the eye contact. He's such a good, captivating actor. Like, I love him.
Yeah. Well, and then we also got a very young Rob Schneider playing the bellboy.
That's why I opened IMDb. I was like, that's Rob Schneider. Is that Rob Schneider?
Yeah, very young.
So bad I wanted him to be like, it's me, Jessica.
I had to go double check it because I felt crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he gets tipped a piece of gum, which is hilarious.
And it's so funny because, number one, because it comes back up when Buzz tips him with the already chewed gum.
Yes.
Because Buzz sucks even more. But also, the next time when he's like, you want a tip? And he's like, nah, I'm good because your trip sucked last time. And then after he says no, sees Kevin has like a wad of cash. Like,
Oh my God.
Yeah,
so funny.
that was good.
Yeah, and then we have Donald Trump pointing Kevin in the right direction at the hotel, which is interesting to say
Last
the
time
least.
he ever did something right in his whole life. Anyway.
And we'll leave it at that.
One thing I did like about this movie is like I said, from the direction, like, or the perspective from a child, but like they also made the villains very childlike in a way. You know what I mean? They're not the smartest. They're not freaking Lincoln Burrows and, you know, from Prison Break, you know, but they're childlike. And I like how with the toy store they had them like scheme to stay in there all night, and like, and that's also a kid's dream, is to stay in a store and like stay there all night and just sleep there, right? Like I appreciate this movie.
Yeah. Even the people at the hotel who are like jumping after him are like, they're like slapstick comedy falling down in a very like, childlike way. But like again, that's the genius of the movie, is that like the adults can laugh at how silly it is, and the kids can like think that like this is real. Like, so it works for everybody. It's so good.
Yeah. Or like, the repeat of the movie, and like they even go so far as to like name drop the older the older bellboy or the clerk or whatever. They're like, Cliff.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't me, sir.
Oh my gosh. And that's his. I'm sorry, I'm in my garage because I'm mid setting up. Sorry for the car that drove by. I love the early 90s like little voice recorder thing that like was huge. It was like a giant box, and he had to like fold it up like a microphone.
It's so
love
good.
that was so 90s. It was so perfect.
Yeah It's definitely,
I was like, this is what it was like. This is what it was like.
Yeah Anything else? I mean, like, we already mentioned the toy store. The toy store manager is just amazing human.
I mean, Pigeon Lady is absolutely iconic, right?
Well,
just
the Pigeon Lady
they have, because they have her come off as just someone very scary. You know what I mean? Like dark, shadowy, and then like you find her story and like the I mean, don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Exactly.
She's a very, very sweet lady. Yeah. I really loved how he brought her like the Christmas ornaments and like stuff. It's just shit like that makes your cold dead heart want to cry.
And then she saves him just like the old man did in the first one, where she gets the pigeons to attack Harry and Marv. So it's so good. And then again, we have to mention the death counter, that Marv should have been shocked to death. Marv should have died from...
Marv is dead. Marv is dead.
The bricks off the building.
He's no longer on this plane.
He died.
Oh my God.
Like, he gets shocked for so long.
Yeah.
For so long. And like, you know that his hair is about to like... shoot out, and then it does, and then it's
the skeleton. and the screaming. You have to get the screaming. It's so good.
And then so he when he walked through the hole in the floor.
Yes. Oh my God.
Because how did you not see the hole in the floor? But like, it's fine, whatever. He falls through the hole. He gets the bricks to the head, multiple bricks to the head. He falls through the floor. He drops the cement powder on his head.
Yeah, the cement powder and the paint. Yeah.
And then he slips on the soap on the floor, slides for no reason, by the way, slides into that giant shelf just covered in paint cans.
Yeah.
And all the paint falls off.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough couple minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot of paint to land on top of you and a giant shelf. So like, you're dead. You're just dead. No coming back from that.
And he gets stapled. He gets nail gunned in the face.
Yeah.
I forgot about the nail gun. Yep.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, I think this is the one where Harry sticks his head in the toilet, not the
Yes,
first
this is when Harry sticks his head in the toilet.
And it blows.
And the whole floor just goes.
so bad. Yeah, as a kid, I'm like, ha. As an adult, I'm like, oh my gosh, every part of my body hurts.
Yeah.
And what is so ridiculous to me is that, like, in the first movie, he does things that can be cleaned up, right? Like he's putting like stuff on the stairs that sticks up and it stabs them in the foot. Which, by the way, Marv also died before the second movie. He died of tetanus. But like, anyway.
Yeah, because he got a nail through the foot.
Because he got a nail through the foot in that first movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, like those are like they're falling on the Matchbox cars, and it's like a rope. They're climbing across the rope and like falling down into the yard. Here, they splatter onto the pavement when they fell off the rope that he lit on fire.
Yeah, well, and then like Harry gets launched up on the seesaw thing, like goes flying, like.
Like, imagine any of those videos you've seen of like the like family, like it's like the little girl sitting on the big tube and like the parent jumps and she goes flying into the air.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, but with full-grown adults. It's
even
it's
better.
So beautiful.
I have an idea next week, Kevin.
Oh boy, we're gonna have Kevin jump on the one end and send you flying.
No, he does CrossFit. I think he'll be okay.
And speaking in CrossFit, I would have I jump and grab onto bars all the time. Harry does it. Harry jumps and grabs onto that ladder, and it's covered in something slippery. So he flips around.
Oh my God!
And lands on his head. Completely snaps his neck. He died.
Yeah, yeah.
That was it. Yeah, the rest of it was just a dream from the afterlife. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, every time in the first one where they slipped on the ice or whatever as well and like fell on their back, I mean, their backs probably would be broken by how many times they fell.
There's a couple vertebrae that are cracked. 100%.
Yeah.
Again, they slipped on ice. Yes, they're going to get hurt. They slipped on ice. People slip on ice all the time. Plausible, like, suspension.
I was going to say collarbone, Jake.
I was going to say, I literally broke my collarbone from slipping on ice.
Slip on ice all the time. This is fine. Marv falls through a floor.
Yeah, that takes the cake.
Yeah.
Harry got blown up.
Yes.
He got blown up. He stuck his head that was on fire into a gasoline-filled toilet.
Yeah.
And blew up. He's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't have minded if this got made into an actual trilogy, just because I wanted to see what other ridiculous stuff would have happened to Harry and Marv in an actual third movie.
I feel like they would have had no choice but to like bring in John Kramer at that point. Like, what else are you gonna do? Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Because like I felt like second one took everything to an extreme already. I don't know how more
took things to
such
an extreme, such an over the top extreme, because that house is under construction anyway. So like, destroy it.
Yeah.
Which I will say, as someone who owns a house, I don't care if I'm renovating. You do that to my house, I kill you.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. I don't care if you're my brother's child. No. You cannot blow up my bathroom.
So
we have two of them though. You'll be all right.
So with that, I mean, are we ready to hit our grading for the two Home Alone movies? I mean, I'm probably just gonna give both of them A's, and because I just enjoy them that much. They're classics, even if the second one is just repeating the first. But like, it does it well. So
these are such a quintessential part of my childhood. They're both getting A's. Like I could understand. I wouldn't argue with someone who wanted to give the second one a B.
Right.
I would argue anything less than that. But like, okay, I can at least understand that like there's some flaws. I don't care. I'm giving it an A, and that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both getting A's. They're hilarious.
Yeah, they're a huge part of my childhood and everything. Just like my whole life, Christmas time, like I can't give them less than A's.
Right. Yeah. Tradition of, making hot fudge sundaes. Jake, you and your fucking white people shit. Sounds good.
like white people shit. Yeah.
Jake is like just the poster child of like Midwest family. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just the cutest, most I love him thing. When he was like, "Oh, we're about to go make hot fudge sundaes. We always do this." I was just like, "Oh my God, I could melt." Like, I don't have family to do that with. It's just so cute. Who does that?
Yeah. No, it's just yeah, because my grandparents loved like dessert. Like my grandfather's motto was like eat dessert first, life is uncertain.
See, that's the kind of Midwest bullshit we need in this world.
Listen, you don't know what's going to happen during dinner. Maybe something explodes.
Right? You might not make it through dinner, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Eat the dessert.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the other one is if you get spots on your shirt, shows you're having a good time. Like
I love that. See, now we gotta come over for dinner, all of us, Jake.
yeah. Well, I mean, I can drop more Midwest stuff in a few days, but Sarah, are you giving these an A too?
I'm sorry.
Are you giving both of these movies an A as well?
To be easy, I could. I did not rewatch the first one with this rewatch, but I did catch the second one, and there is just something about the second one that I do really like. Like I like
because people died.
Pigeon Lady, like what?
It's because people died. Also, you like the Pigeon Lady because that's what you look like.
Yes, no, exactly. It is like, but as a kid though, it's funny because you grow up to be the people you were. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. That's exactly what happened to me. Like, I don't know, people could call me the Pigeon Lady, sure, but like I am a nice person, but like I'm just kind of scary when you first look at me. It's okay.
Yeah.
But no, I could make arguments to where I could like the second one better, but then I completely agree that it is just let's take everything we did in the first one and just do it a little different. So like the real heart of it is in that first one, you know, but it's all personal opinion. But yeah, I would give them both A's. They're great movies. I would really like to see another one done, even if it was only like a 30-minute little teaser short movie. Like, come on. I want to see something again.
Yeah, as long as, again, it is like in line with the Macaulay Culkin stuff. As long as like,
no, we don't want that dumbass brunette kid. Fuck that kid.
Yeah, we don't want the British kid.
No.
No. Give us Macaulay Culkin.
Out here looking like Dudley from Harry Potter. Fuck out of here.
I would love to like Harry or Marv or both, like reformed criminals. They served their time. They're trying to get away from the life of crime, and like another criminal is like, we need help getting around this home security company, and it's Kevin McCallister, and they're like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to talk to somebody about that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, 80-year-old Harry and Marv are gonna totally.
Oh God. It'd be like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm here for it.
That's perfect. All right. Well, to tease us out, we are going to be together in a few days. So we're going to have a big celebration.
I'm real excited to see one of you.
It's me, isn't it? Oh, Kevin. It's Kevin, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. We're going to take a lot of pictures. Probably make.
The littlest pirate.
Yar.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It is Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, he's right there. And that's Jake. We like Jake. Kevin's kind of stupid.
So yeah, we're gonna have pictures, montage video. That's probably what we're gonna end up doing. So yeah, excited for you all to get to see that and see all the fun we have together in a few days.
Yes, we are doing all sorts of stuff, and I am taking. Well, I mean, I'm not taking them. I'm making them go to Disney with me so we can ride the Pirates of the Caribbean ride 400 times. We will live stream it. We will videotape it so nobody can miss out on the action.
I promise you are allowed to miss out on it. You don't have to do this with her.
No. It is mandatory.
I'll ride it. Probably once, but then I will let you ride it
Once?
by
No.
yourself.
See how the queue works? You can get off and get right back on. It's actually quite handy.
I mean, you can enjoy the other 399 times if you want, but that's up to you.
I will.
Magic Kingdom. I haven't been to Magic Kingdom in so long.
I haven't
You've been
either.
spending the whole day on one stupid Sarah ride.
Well, no, we'll hit Pirates, and then we'll go to Jungle Cruise, and then we can go ride the Aladdin carpets, and then we're gonna stop in Tortuga so I can get a pirate hat.
Yeah, and then Sarah and Kevin.
Where do I get the plank that you walk off of? Where do I get that?
I'll bring it because I'm gonna hit you with it.
And then Kevin and Sarah on the magic carpet ride can be like, I can show you the world.
Yeah. Oh yes.
We actually need that.
But
now.
I have to hold him like Rose, Jack and Rose. That'll be us. The top of the carpet ride.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we will see you all next time on the Tribe of Nerds.
Fuck you, Kevin.
Fuck you too, sweetie.